What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media, right at you again. Look, we all know that the win this past weekend was very exciting. CU beat Utah 49-24, and the defense was very dominant. The defense is carrying the team. We like that. We want the defense to play well. We want to see balance on this football team. But I want to break some things down to you right now because I had a chance to look at some stats by way of CBS Sports. I got to give them kudos for putting these stats out. So for all of us that's been basically supporting CU since a year ago when Coach Prime took over CU when they had a 1-11 record the year before he took them over. Okay. And people were making fun and making jokes and saying that this team couldn't do this and would never do that, never accomplish anything under Coach Prime. Even had people making statements about maybe Coach Prime should not be the coach, and not understanding that there's a pattern of recognition in terms of how Coach Prime coaches, how he builds his team step by step. We all said believe in the process. The haters, the mainstream media, they didn't believe in the process. They didn't follow the pattern of his history when it comes to coaching and taking over teams. So Coach Prime has a pattern, a positive pattern that I don't know if many of you recognize this or that you sleep on this, but let's go back to Coach Prime's days when he was coaching at Jackson State, and let's do a comparison and contrast as to what's happening with CU as it shows his coaching pattern. And of course, he has brought in, better players. He has brought in maybe more experienced coaches, such as people like Coach Lewis, who's handling the defensive line. You've got Robert Livingston, who's handling the defensive coordinating position, coming out of the NFL experience, just like Coach Lewis on the defensive line has NFL experience. Then you got Pat Shermer with NFL experience. So he's gotten better coaching, and you got some better personnel that's come into the program this year. But let me let you see what his pattern is, because I find this very interesting. So here you go right here. Coach Prime, prior to taking over the job at Jackson State, we're going back to Jackson State because it shows the pattern that you're going to see that's relevant to now. When he took over Jackson State, prior to taking over Jackson State in 2019, Jackson State had a 4-8 record. They were abysmal. They weren't the crown of the SWAC conference as they should have been. Coach Prime took them over, built them up, and then when he took them over in 2020, in his first year, just like similar to his first year with CU, they were 4-3. With CU, he went 4-8. You see the pattern there? Now, remember, in comparison to Jackson State, he took over a CU team that only won one game in 2022 versus Jackson State winning 4 games only in 2019 before he got there. Okay, you see the pattern. Now, Coach Prime, everybody was laughing, making jokes and what have you like this. When they went 4-8 in his first year in 2023, remember the same pattern holds true. He went 4-3 at Jackson State. But then in his second year, he turned things around. You can clearly see the numbers on the board right here to your right. At Jackson State in his second year, that would be in 2021, he led them to a 11-2 record. He led them to being relevant again. He led them to playing in a championship game, being competitive for that in a championship game and getting to the SWAC championship, or what they would call their national championship in historical black colleges. So Coach Prime showed a pattern that you give him time, you can get him now, but you give him time, he's going to get you. Well, look at CU in 2024. CU is 8-2 with a potential to become 10-2 if they beat out Kansas. Kansas is flying on all cylinders right now because they just upset or beat BYU. So we definitely don't want CU to go into that game against Kansas at Kansas not taking that team serious. If they beat out and beat Kansas, come back home at Folsom, okay, and beat Oklahoma State, they go 10-2, very similar to what he did at Jackson State in his second year with 11-2 record. They get a 10-2 record at CU. That's what we want to see. There's the pattern. Then he's playing for the Big 12 championship. And if they win the Big 12 championship, Now you're looking at them being put into the college football playoff system, which is a seeding of 12 of the top teams playing for a national championship crown. You see how this whole thing works? CU's got everything in their hands to be able to do this. I believe that they're going to do this. They got the better team. But what I'm showing you here, right here in black and white, or in this case, yellow, green, and red, you can see that Coach Prime has a really good track record so far when he takes over a team coming off the first year where things are a little rough. And then in his second year, he's able to turn things around with the record and put his team in a position to be playing for a championship. This is a pattern recognition. This speaks to Coach Prime's dedication as a coach. It speaks to his intelligence to bring in, maybe in this case with CU, better players and make some adjustments in your coaching personnel. So to the haters out there and the people in mainstream who are doubting Coach Prime, you have failed to look at his pattern of how he has been successful from Jackson State to where he is at CU. Only in his second year and can only get better from here. So I appreciate everybody watching this video, but recognize what I'm talking about. You see the stats up there, the comparison of what he did at these different schools. Very, 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 very important. I also want to say this. Right now, the AP has come out with the rankings. Under the AP, they've got CU ranked at 16. I want to see what the college football ranking for the tournament is going to eventually put CU at. Now, you know that these rankings change from, there's different rankings, there's the coaches' rankings. There's so many different rankings and so many different places that they'll have CU ranked at. But right now, the best poll to look at outside of the AP is to look for that college football ranking poll as it relates to the tournament for the national championship. So we're going to be on the lookout for that to see where it changes, where it stays the same. Another thing I want to talk about very quickly is we know that this man is the man. We're talking about Travis Hunter. Give him a clap. Travis Hunter, that's right. We know that Travis Hunter is the man, should be the Heisman Trophy winner. He's playing on both sides of the ball. He really brings this team to life. We definitely need him to stay healthy. We definitely need him to continue to be successful as he is, because a player like this, between him and Shedeur Sanders, these are the two catalysts that's going to lead us to the glory land of championship football. I just want to bring that out real quick.
Tell the truth.
Also, breaking news here. If you have not heard, Julian Lewis, who I've been saying I believe is going to commit eventually at some point in time, sooner or later, to CU. Well, the opportunities are getting better as the hours count down, because the 2025 star quarterback Julian Lewis has decommitted from USC. Okay, we do know he paid a visit supposedly to Georgia in the SEC, but does Coach Prime have a chance to flip him over to CU? I think the chances are great. Buffalo left lasting impression on this quarterback, Julian Lewis, Juju. I think it's very possible for Julian Lewis to come on to where you need to be, continue to wear the black and gold colors in CU. I also want to talk about this young man, Michael Carroll, who is the interior offensive lineman at IMG Academy, okay, where Jordan Seaton played his football, where Cash Cleveland played his football. And I hope that they were able to influence him enough when he was at that game at Utah this past 16th of November, this past weekend. I hope they made a great impression on him, and hopefully that impression would lead to this interior offensive lineman. He's supposed to be one of the best interior offensive linemen, standing at 6'6". I want Michael Carroll to decommit from Alabama and commit to CU, to Coach Prime,
Tell the truth,
to Colorado in the coaching staff. That's right. With that said, I hope you got something out of this short video today. I hope everybody out there is doing fine. Thank you for supporting this channel, subscribing, sharing these videos that I put out, because I can't do it without you. And without you, I want to say this to you, everybody, right now, as I always do. I want you to go ahead. I want to say first, thank you for watching this video wherever you are in the world. I want you to like and comment, subscribe to this channel. Now, you must hit the bell of notification. What does that mean? hit where it says all so that you never miss an uploaded video. You never miss me going live. You never miss anything on this channel. So go ahead and do that. I appreciate you again. With that said, everybody, I got to get on out of here. This is Prime Sports Media, y'all. Peace. Be back with more presentation.